Students, so we have added and subtracted polynomials. We know how to identify polynomials. We have even learned how to multiply polynomials, binomials by binomials, uh, trinomials by binomials, monomials by binomials, or trinomials, or any kind of polynomial. So we've gotten pretty good at that, right? But now we're going to divide by polynomials. But we're going to keep it simple in this class. We're going to only divide by a monomial. So we're going to have a polynomial divided by a monomial, and that's what we'll be focusing on today. So we're going to divide polynomials by monomials, and that is pretty much it that we're going to do. We're not going to do even the second part. So what do we do? Well, here I have a trinomial, and it's being divided by a monomial of degree 0. Because there is no x value, right? But how would I do this? Well, if I wanted to break this up so they each had their own individual denominator, I could rewrite this as like that, couldn't I? 8x squared over 2 minus 14x over 2 plus 1/2. And then I could do some simplification. 8x squared over 2 is really the same as 4x squared, isn't it? And a negative 14x over 2 is the same as a negative 7x, and then plus the 1/2. And so if I were to show the division, it would be, this is the result. This is what I would get, okay? So what happens if my monomial in the denominator has a variable? Well, it's the same thing. We will break it apart so it's 3 individual problems, like so. And now we practiced this back at the beginning of section or chapter 6, module 5. But when we learned to divide, or we learned the quotient rules with integers, right? And so here we go. We're just going to take this first one right here. 12x to the third over 3x squared. Thinking about what we know, that's really 12 divided by 3. And that's x to the third minus 2 because we're doing quotients, right? Or that's really just 4x. And if we were to do this one, well, what's 3 divided by 3? Well, that's 1. And x squared, or 2 minus 2, is really just x to the 0. And what is x to the 0? It's just 1. I'll bring this down one more row. That was 1. And over here, what do we get? Well, we get minus, let's see, 9 and 3, we get 3 on the top, right? And we get x 1 minus 2, or 3 to the x to the negative 1, but we can't have negative 1, so we just get 3 over x. X, not 4, x. And so our answer becomes 4x plus 1 plus 3 over x. And that's what we get when we divide the polynomial 12x to the third plus 3x squared minus 9x by the monomial 3x squared. And let's erase this so we can see it. There, they get just like what we get. So just do it one part at a time. Here's one. We're going to break it apart. So we're going to have, well, our top number has 3 parts. So basically 3 problems. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. X squared divided by x is just going to give us 1x. We're going to have a y on the bottom, aren't we? 25 divided by 5. The x's will just cancel each other out, making a 1. And we're still left with just 1y on the bottom. And finally, 3/5, that just stays 3/5. The y's will cancel out though, and we're left with an x. And that would be what we would get. Just like so. So remember, you're just going to separate it into its 3 separate parts and simplify it, and then put them back together with plus or minus signs in between. And we are done. We're not going to do any further. So that's it today. We are not going to go on to dividing by more than a monomial. And that's all we need to do for our lesson today. So good luck. I don't even think I hit record.